Featuring. Yay for me. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to kind of smush together a couple of things. We are going to look and see if these two pieces are equivalent. And we're going to do that by using things like distribution or factoring. So what do we think? Look at number 1. Are they equivalent? No, they're not. So if we draw an area model like the ones we worked with on those cards yesterday, where this is 3 times x plus 3, except I don't like those lines. What would we be able to write this as an area form? What would this one be? 3x. Should be plus what? What's going to go over here? 9. So 3x plus 3 is equivalent to 3x plus 9. Or we could write this one and factor it out. 3 times, how could we write that one as a sum? X plus what? Plus 2. So either way, both of those would show it. Both of those would be a good reason. So no, they did not distribute correctly. They are not equivalent. Let's look at this one. Number 2. Are these ones equivalent? Yeah, because we could do 6 times y plus 1, and again, do an area model. Remember, this is where the box model comes from. Where we wind up with our 6y plus 6. That would show me. I would count that as showing work. That is proving. You showed me that it's working. Just make sure we're doing it right, okay? One more like this. What do we think? X times x plus 4, x squared plus 4. No. What should it be for this one? If they did it right, what would they get? X squared plus 4x. This one, we wouldn't even be able to pull a GCF out. This one doesn't have anything we can do. This one is a sum of squares, so we can't simplify it. Okay, so watch out for the patterns. Seeing if things are expressions or not, or seeing if they're equivalent or not. That was the phrase I was trying to look for there. So are the expressions equivalent just means, did they do something that they're allowed to do to get from one to the other? Did they do it right? Do they mean the same thing? Okay? And then we're going to look at page 24 real quick. We haven't done one with these models, and I want us to see them. It's the same kind of thing, but it just looks a little weird. And I know it looks like a potato picture because I took it with the iPad. It's terrible quality. And they just want us to be able to practice this factoring, writing it both ways. They did an example for us here where they wrote it as the sum of the outside, 2 times x plus 6, and they wrote it as the area model, our 2x plus 12. So that's what they mean when they say write it in as a product and as a sum on the directions. So this second one, they've given it to us as a sum. That's these guys. 5x plus 20. No, positive 20. Yeah, so on the outside, when we pull our common factors, we're going to have an x here, We're taking 5x and dividing by 5. And we're going to take 20 and divide it by 5. So we have a positive 4 up here. So we can write this as the product of 5 times x plus 4. What's that?
Why would it says negative 5?
Let's see.
It says negative 5, not negative.
That is very... Oh, we're looking at this one.
Oh.
There we go.
Okay.
Good, you're right. They're super duper similar. I was like, wait, what? I was very impressed that they managed to have a technological issue like that. Because Kinko's is usually not great at changing things. Yes, I have them. They're printed off, and I've got them ready to rock and roll. And as soon as we're done with this, I'll get you guys reviews. Okay, but I wanted us to see this kind of notation. We're talking about the area as a product and the area as a sum. So these last few, they're giving us some of the information here. So here we've got the 6x plus 48. What factors can we pull on this guy to write this as our product? 6 and x here. Yeah, so we're going to have this as 6 times x plus 8. So we're writing these in a few different ways. Further down the page, they're going to give us less and less information. So here, they're expecting us to figure out where they go. You don't necessarily have to use the boxes, but they help us see things. When we've got it set as a sum here, that tells me they're going in the box, 5x and 35. They've even told us we're going to pull out a GCF of 5, leaving us with what sum on the top? What's going to go in this box? Yeah, x and 7. So x plus 7 is going to go here. We're really going to work on focusing on factoring. And the first step on factoring is always going to be looking for a GCF. Factoring's gonna come up again and 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 again. So we're really, really going to need to be able to factor stuff. So we're starting out fairly simple. We're starting out without having x squareds. So on one like number 8 here, what's common between 7x and 21 that we can factor out? A 7. And what's left over when we factor out that 7? Not minus 21. Minus 3. We're dividing x out of both terms. Okay? So just be careful with it. Use the boxes if you need to. You don't have to use them. They are a tool for you to use. But you don't have to use them. Okay? If you need to draw the box every single time from here until the end of the year, that is okay. That is absolutely allowed. We're just going to practice working with them, playing with them. And I wanted you guys to be able to see that kind of structure on where that came from. And I'm going to figure out where I stashed them. I got it. So, I'm going to give you guys the review. Tomorrow, we will have time to work on it as well. Thursday, we'll work through it. Because you also today have one more homework assignment. There are 3 homework assignments in this chapter. So I've handed you 2 homework in one day. I'm the weakest ever. Okay, so this is the review packet. And there's homework 1-3, which is more practice with the distribution stuff. Like the ones we just did. So while the distribution's still fresh in your head, I do recommend you go and look at that on Canvas. Test will be on paper on Friday, not September 30th, Friday the 25th of August. I don't know why I have a YouTube instead of handing you both. I think it would be good for you to do this just to make sure that you're familiar with what you're doing. It's like if you want to try the test, you're welcome to try it. It's very heavily based on our review, but I'm not going to make it like be a super big stressful thing. Yeah. Very, very loose. You're coming from Miss Blazes, DC, right? Or are we coming from right here? Yeah. Awesome. Still less than that. Okay. What's up? Yes. I'm good. I'm doing that right now. Okay, so yeah, work on stuff. Ask questions. The hardest one on the review, if you're interested. Oh yeah, he's the picture. Number 4 is the hardest one.